What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today we are over here right now at one of my favorite resorts on Walt Disney World property, the Caribbean Beach Resort. You know, we got the awesome Skyliner that runs across this really cool resort. We got the water sparkling, we got the nice white sand beaches. I actually had plans on going to Universal today, but once I got to Universal, the park was at capacity. So now I'm here at Walt Disney World at Caribbean Beach, and I just wanted to answer like a question that I've seen pop up a few times. Should I go to Disney World right now? And I'm not going to make that decision for you, but I am going to lay down some facts and give you a suggestion at the end of the video. Because if you watch my videos, if you've been keeping up with the news and everything, you know that Disney World isn't how it used to be right now. And that, of course, is due to the pandemic, due to the parks closing down for a long period of time, 4 months. So here are a few things that you have to realize if you are going to be coming over here to Disney World. First things first, the amount of things to do at the parks are greatly reduced. There is no entertainment pretty much at any of the parks. The only thing that is open entertainment wise pretty much is the Frozen sing-along show over at Hollywood Studios. Everything else though is closed. I've heard that they might be opening up in the summer. I've heard that Festival of the Lion King will be opening up in the summer, but we don't really have an opening date for that or the opening dates for the other entertainment options. Along with the entertainment being closed, there also is some attractions that are closed at some of the parks. Take for example the Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor. I don't know if you would consider that entertainment or an attraction. I believe it's an attraction, but that is closed, as well as a couple other things around the parks. Another big thing that is also not available right now is character meet and greets. You will not be able to do regular character meet and greets like you used to before the parks closed. You can't go up to Mickey Mouse and go meet him, or your favorite Disney princess. That just isn't available right now. There is character cavalcades that go around the different parks where you can see your favorite characters, but nothing like you used to, how you can meet them, get their autograph, take pictures with them. Along with those closures with the attractions and entertainment, as well as the character meet and greets, there also is no fireworks. There's no nighttime shows anywhere at Disney World. All 4 parks do not have any nighttime shows. They also do not have any of the main parades. I told you that they're doing little cavalcades, like every 30 minutes or so around the different parks. They'll do a different cavalcade with different Disney characters, but nothing like it used to be. No big parades, no Festival of Fantasy. And we really do not know when the nighttime shows and the parades will come back, but they're a very big part of people's experience at Disney World. I mean, most guests, especially a lot of first-timers at Disney World, they'll kind of plan their day around the nighttime show, around the fireworks, and around the parade so that they can catch both of them. But now, neither of those are available. So those are the big major things that are really closed right now at the theme parks, but there's also a couple other things outside the parks, especially at the resorts, and a few at Disney Springs. But a couple of the restaurants, you'll find restaurants that have still not opened up yet. You'll find stores that still have not opened up yet, especially over at Epcot. I've seen this walking around World Showcase. I'll be at a certain country and a certain restaurant or a certain store still has not reopened from when the parks fully reopened. And not to mention that some of the resort hotels have not even reopened yet. I know all the DVC sections of the hotels have opened, but there's some that haven't, like the Animal Kingdom Jumbo House, but they are slowly starting to reopen. I know that Disney All-Star Sports, I believe, just reopened like last week, and then a few more will be opening within the next coming months. And then just going back to the parks real quick, like I said, all those things are not available. The shows, parades, entertainment, none of that stuff is available. So what that means is that it increases the wait time for all the other attractions in the park, because the other shows, the other things aren't there to eat up some of that crowd. So some of the lines can get very long. And you know, some people still are coming over here to Disney World and they still do not know that there is no Fast Pass. Fast Pass is not available right now. You can't get your 3+ Fast Passes every day where you know I'm gonna be getting on this ride in 5 minutes or less pretty much. That is not available, so you are gonna be waiting in every single line. But I am not gonna tell you guys that the waits are longer than they used to be pre-pandemic, because they aren't. The waits are way less right now, especially after a certain time of day. About 3 o'clock, the parks are completely dead. Honestly, there's really no waits at all. So quick tip, if you guys are going to be coming over here, maybe plan to go to the park a little bit later in the day, because I'm telling you, it's very, very dead after 3 o'clock. There's really no crowds. On top of all that, there's a new thing that guests have to do here at Disney World, and that is make a park pass reservation. So you got to go online and select your day and what park that you want to go to. There is a possibility that you might not be able to go to the park that you want to on a certain day, because these park pass reservations, they do fill up very quickly, especially if you don't get them far out in advance. And that's very different from how it used to be, where basically if you have a ticket, you just show up to whatever park you want to on any day without having to worry and just walk right through. There's also a couple of other things that are not here at Disney World right now. One of them being the tram service from the parking lot to the entrance to whatever park you're going to. None of those are available right now. It's not really a huge deal. Some of the time I didn't really utilize the tram service either, because sometimes it was faster for me to just walk than to have to wait for the tram and then load it, unload it, stuff like that. But for some people, it can be a big deal, you know. Some of these parking lots are pretty far away from the actual entrance to the parks, so I don't know if that might be you. But another thing is that there is no Epcot Monorail. If you are staying at any of the Magic Kingdom Monorail Loop hotels, you will not be able to have the perk of hopping over to the TTC and getting on the monorail to Epcot, because it's not available. A lot of people thought that when park hopping was reestablished a couple weeks ago that the Epcot Monorail would be reintroduced, but it still has not made its debut. So yes, taking into consideration all those things, but the last major thing is that the price for a ticket is still the exact same. It might have even gone up a little bit, because I know like every year I think prices to tickets go up some. So I think that that's a big decision that people have to make, is do you want to pay the same amount for way less, probably like 50% less, honestly, is just in the theme parks. So just a quick little review as to the pros and cons of going right now. Really the only pro is that crowd levels are somewhat reduced. They are not as crowded as it was pre-pandemic, but you still will be waiting in some lines. It's not as dead as it was from when they first reopened. When the parks first reopened, there was nobody. 5-minute waits every single ride. Now there is some lines, but after 3 o'clock, like I said, the crowds really die down. And then of course everything that I told you that is closed here at the parks as well as the resorts. So what is my recommendation? My recommendation for first timers, people who are coming to Disney World for the first time, maybe a big family vacation that they're gonna do like maybe once every 5 years, I don't know. I recommend that you do not come right now, just because so many things are closed. You're gonna be paying the same amount of money for way less. Plus, there's so many things that are in construction right now, especially over at Epcot. Epcot is basically, the whole park is pretty much under construction. I would say to just hold off, wait a little bit, wait for things to go back to normal, wait for some of the things at Epcot to you know, finish their projects. You might be able to experience Tron over at Magic Kingdom, Guardians of the Galaxy roller coaster, new Ratatouille ride, Moana attraction, so many things over at Epcot and throughout the park. So that is my recommendation. First timer guys, if you were to ask me, I would say just wait, hold off a little bit. But if it was a person who asked me that comes every year, who comes multiple times per year, I would say that it is up to you. You've experienced Disney World with all of the things that it has to offer, and it's up to you if you want to come right now and just kind of get out, go to Disney World, even with these reduced offerings. I think that you can still have fun over here and not be so disappointed. Just know what there is and know what there isn't. Don't get me wrong, Disney World is still great. It's still awesome. It's just not the same as before it closed down. So hopefully this video was helpful to you in some way, helpful to some people who are kind of on the fence. They don't really know what to do. They don't know if they should book the trip or if they should just wait. So hopefully I helped you. If you have any questions, of course, you can always ask me in the comments or message me. But yeah guys, that'll be it for this video. So thank you all very much for watching. Of course, hit the subscribe button if you're new, and I will catch you guys on the next one.